right, here we are going to be talking about substitution. When I say substitution, I just mean replacing a variable with its value with a number instead of the letter. So all replacement values need to be substituted inside their own set of parentheses. And then from there, we follow order of operations to simplify the expression. So this first practice, these first two examples, all I'm going to be doing is substituting numbers inside of parentheses because it is that important. So when I say substitute a number inside parentheses, I mean each number gets its own set of parentheses just around the number. So instead of this x, I'm going to write this -2 in parentheses. Everything else is on the outside of that. That exponent is on the outside of the parentheses. -6 times -7. That's my value for z. Again, it gets replaced with that number in parentheses plus 3 times my value for y, which is 2.2. Same exact thing on this second one. All I'm doing is replacing a, b, and c with those values. So the negative sign will go on the outside of the parentheses, and a is a negative number, so it has a negative sign on the inside of the parentheses as well, plus 1/2 times b times 4 divided by 2. Each number gets its own set of parentheses, and sometimes that's more important than others. In this one, that actually doesn't affect anything. Here, I think it just cleans it up. Here, it's very important that you're seeing this as multiplication. This operation is different from that operation. So sometimes it's extremely important that you're putting it in parentheses, and sometimes it just kind of clears up exactly what's happening. All right, and this is basically the times when it's especially important. Anytime we substitute a number in, it gets its own set of parentheses. And I'm just going to show the difference between each of these. So when we have a negative sign on the outside of a variable like this, it basically just changes the sign of the number. So it is a -5. That will change to, when I simplify that, that will change to a +5. It changes that -5 into a +5. But it's really saying the opposite, that negative sign saying the opposite of x, and x is a -5, so that changes into a +5. That's my final answer. When I have a number in parentheses and I square it, I'm squaring the entire thing, which really means I'm doing -5 times -5, which is a +25. That's different from this. This exponent is not including the negative sign. This is just saying square 5. It's saying the opposite of 5 times 5, which is a -25. If there are no parentheses around the number, and there's a negative sign attached to it, that negative sign will always come with the problem to the final answer there. Actually, that's kind of what we're seeing here. This -5, that whole thing gets squared. The negative sign comes down with the problem. So this is really showing the opposite of -5 times -5. -5 times -5 is a +25, but this sign still comes down with it, giving us a final answer of -25.